Motherhood is not a game. It's not a romance novel, baby. This is not The Notebook. Hey, what is up, society? It is your favorite wannabe influencer and sovereign, Koi, and welcome back to another video. If y'all read that title, you already know, baby, we are getting back into these Reddit stories. So I've seen some really cute, funny, cool titles. So yeah, if you guys want to see me get into these Reddit stories, then keep on watching. All right, guys, let's just get right into the video. Am I the a-hole for lying to my girlfriend and inadvertently humiliating her on social media? My 22 male girlfriend, 23 female, is a very autistic person who loves trying new things. Period, friend, same. Her most recent obsession is songwriting. Girl, yes! Get into it. I love to write songs. Continuing. About 2 months ago, a friend of hers got to attend a beginner's workshop for it, and she's been hooked ever since. She signed up for guitar and voice lessons and writes whenever she has a moment of free time. When she finishes something, I'm the first person to show it to. I love seeing her so excited about something, and I'm glad she feels comfortable enough to share her art with me. She is, however, terrible at singing. Oh no! Like, truly awful. And to be fully honest, she's not that good at guitar either. But obviously, I never wanted to tell her that. If she asked me how something sounded, I always said it was beautiful. Oh, I didn't think there was anything wrong with this kind of lies, as it supported her and made her feel confident. She disagrees. To give some context as to how she found out I was lying, a few weeks ago, she asked me if it would be a good idea to start a TikTok page for her singing and songwriting. Now, friend, see, this is why you shouldn't tell. You shouldn't tell lies, because they just keep growing. Okay, we continue. I could tell she was super excited about it, but was nervous about putting her work on the internet. I told her she was crazy talented and should go for it. Now, friend, there's a way to put your significant other or your loved ones down gently if they're not good at something. What you could have said, what you should have said to her when she would ask you about her singing, you could have said something like, you know what? I can tell that you got a beautiful voice in there and you just got to continue with your voice lessons, and I bet you will be amazing. Right now, you still got some things you got to tweak, which is fine. You're a beginner. You just started. So for a beginner, you sound pretty good, but you got to keep on with those voice lessons. That's what you should have said. But continuing, she lit up after I said this, and in the following days worked really hard to make videos of her original songs. They didn't get much traction, but she seemed to be having fun being a content creator, so I felt like I made the right decision in encouraging her. Oh. But yesterday, she walked into our bedroom sobbing and demanded to know why I told her she could sing. I asked her what she meant, and she threw her phone down for me to look at. On it was one of her TikToks. It was one of those trends where you duet another musician by singing color-coded lyrics. Her video had been reposted to a cringe meme page and had blown up overnight. The comments were all horrible, truthful in some cases, but really mean about it. She asked me again through tears why I never told her she was bad. I told her she wasn't bad. People were just mean. If hundreds of comments say that I can't sing, then I can't sing, says her. So stop lying. Okay, I said. Fine, you're definitely no Beyonce. You have really unique sound though, and I love that you share it. I thought she'd feel encouraged by this, but it only made things worse. She started crying harder and insisted that the only reason she posted things in the first place was because I told her she was talented. And now she's been humiliated in front of thousands. She's deleted her TikTok account along with all her videos and hasn't stopped crying or talked to me since. I feel like she's blowing this out of proportion. I'm just trying to do a nice thing by supporting her, and it's not my fault the internet is what it is. I don't think I should have done anything different, but since the internet put me in this position, I'm curious if it will think that I'm wrong. So, am I the a-hole? Yes, Fran. Yes, Fran. You are wrong because you lied to her and gave her false hope, like false encouragement. Like, as a loved one, yes, you're supposed to support the people that you love 100,000%, but in the right way. And the whole point of having friends and family is so they can be honest with you, but also reserve your feelings. You should have told her that she's a beginner in singing, that she really should just keep working at it and then get advice from her voice teacher. You should not have encouraged her to start posting on freaking social media, especially. Like just saying the little white lie, okay, I could have got over that. But you encouraged her to go on the biggest platform of our time right now to post something that you know that she's not good at. You said that she was truly bad. Like, why would you set her up for failure like that? What you did, friend, let me tell you what you did. You pushed your hard conversation onto the world and exposed her to ridicule. That's what you did. So yes, you are the a-hole, because why would you do that to her? Like, why would you set her up like that? Let's just call a spade, friend. You were lazy and you were scary and you didn't want to tell her the truth when you should have, because that was the whole point. Child. And if anybody you were going to push it off on, you should have pushed it off on the music teacher. And also, instead of her paying for voice lessons, baby, go ahead and subscribe to Miss Cheryl Porter, the queen of voice lessons, our queen, our goddess, okay? And Miss Cheryl Porter, we trust. She is the best voice teacher on YouTube. She is amazing. She turns the worst singers or the most beginning, starting from the bottom singers, into the best singers known to man. Sweetheart, if she can fine tune James Charles, she can fine tune you too, honey. I encourage you. You are beautiful and you are amazing, and keep at it, because singing is one of my loves and I'm sure that you will love it too. Moving on. Next story, baby. Am I the a-hole for refusing to consider sending my half-sister an invite to my wedding? Oh, what half-sister do, girl? I, 25 male, will be getting married to my fiance, Grace, 25 female, next year. We're some time away from sending invites yet, but the topic came up during Christmas with my family. My dad mentioned my sister, Camilla, 32 female, and the fact that I had not communicated anything to her about my wedding. I told him it was because I was not planning to invite her. My dad's reaction and my refusal started a dispute on the topic, and almost 2 months to the day, it's still an issue, which my dad and younger brother, 19 male, feel like I'm wrong, and my mom and younger sister, 23 female, feel like I'm right about it. So mom and younger sister agree, and dad and younger brother do not. Background. To help explain my reasoning, my dad was married to Camilla's mom and they divorced when I was 1. Camilla's mom was actually a friend of my Aunt Jean's, dad's sister, until the divorce. She used Camilla to get back at my dad. She tried to deny him access to her. She attempted to move out of the state with Camilla and all kinds of other things. Dang, girl. Why was her mama acting like that? What? It was messy. Dad and her shared custody of Camilla, and Dad used the courts to make sure she stopped withholding and didn't move. When my parents met, Camilla's mom became fixated on the hatred for my mom, and that was really severe. She showed up and would yell at my mom. It could be anywhere from my grandparents' house to my parents' house. Girl, to call the cops on her or put out a trank. Hello? She would create scenes, and a couple of times the police were called to make her leave. Wow. I also remember Camilla being really awful to my mom and regurgitating a lot of what her mom would say back to my mom. But it didn't end there. When I was 6, Camilla's mom was arrested and things got a little more crazy. She threw stuff at our house when we were at home, and Camilla was telling her mom when we were home so she could do it. What the heck? Camilla's mom thought it would scare my dad into giving up custody and that my mom wouldn't call the police. Camilla's mom did time and never got custody of Camilla again. Camilla was 13 at the time. Camilla still hated mom, and as recently as 2 years ago, I heard her both say awful stuff about my mom and that she was glad that her mom did it, and what she did wasn't wrong. So for those reasons and the fact that she doesn't even consider me a sibling, I don't want her there. Dad wants me to invite her anyway, and brother is like Dad's biggest fan and his twin, sides with him. They don't think that I have a valid enough reason not to send her an invite and let her come if she wants as a regular guest. Am I the a-hole? So, sounds like Camilla's mama then gone ahead and rubbed up all that bitterness onto her. Made a bitter baby. And she more than likely resents you. Yeah. She resents you because you got to have her dad full time and she didn't. So, what basically, I'm 9 times out of 10 sure mom poisoned Camilla against the family. Poisoned her against the mama, probably made it seem like mama was after him the whole time and she was the reason for the divorce. And then Camilla is over here just like, yeah, you broke my mom's heart. You are a home wrecker. So now it's okay for my mom to egg your house or whatever the heck she was doing. Camilla needs to find her own way because her rage is not her mother's rage. But I truly believe that she's mixing in her mom's bitterness that she taught her to have and her feeling of neglect. Because it's like, you know, and I can understand her, because with me, my dad got remarried, and well, not remarried, but he married his, ex-wife now, or my stepmom, or whatever she is. My dad got married to another woman, and yeah, she had the same family dynamic almost as much as my mom. Because my dad has a son with another woman, and then he has two daughters, which is me and my little sister with my mom. And then he married a woman who had two daughters and a son. Same order, around the same ages. And the woman kind of looked similar to my mom. And those kids, even though my dad kind of wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, but, those kids were getting more from my dad than I was, and my sister was. He was giving them gifts. He was spending more time with them because they lived in the same house, and, they were going places and things like that. And I felt some type of resentment, and I still do, but I didn't feel that towards my siblings. I felt that towards my dad, because it's not about them, it's about him, because he had a responsibility to me, And so I feel like Camilla kind of feels that too, depending on how often dad was in her life, depending on how much stuff he did. But even if he was, she still seems like she's jealous of what you got to have that she didn't, because of the decisions of your mom. It's sounding like daddy had to divorce her because mama was on some other stuff. Based off of what she's doing right now, sweetheart, I can just imagine what it was like being married to her. So yeah, no, you're not the a-hole. Camilla needs to go to therapy, and I wouldn't invite her to anything else. And I would go no contact and tell my family of my boundaries. Yeah. Next story. Am I the a-hole for trying to give advice to my best friend's sister, 20 female, about becoming a young mom? Yeah, I had tidbits on this, baby. I had tidbits, but let's go. My 29 female best friend, Lexi, 28 female, is going through a crisis in her family right now, and she's come to me for help. I've known Lexi and have been close with her family since I was 15, so I'm basically a family member to them. What's going on is Lexi's sister, Lizzie, 20 female, is 3 months pregnant by her boyfriend, Kenny, 24 male. They've been together for 2 years. When I heard the news of Lizzie being pregnant, I was worried for her, because being pregnant at 20 and raising a kid at that age is something very hard to do these days, period. However, when I met up with Lizzie at their house after hearing the news, apparently Lizzie was stoked to become a mom. I was shocked, girl, same. She told me she couldn't wait to grow a family with her boyfriend, and she and Kenny are planning to get married in June. According to Lexi, Lizzie and her boyfriend weren't planning on getting married until they both finished college. So you in college too? Okay. Which would be another 2 years for them. But I guess her discovering she's pregnant fast-tracked the path to where they want to both tie the knot before the baby comes. I asked Lizzie, aren't you worried about being such a young mom? Especially since her and her boyfriend only work part-time jobs while going to school full-time? Lizzie told us that her and Kenny will figure it out, and that she's purely living in the moment, and things will somehow align perfectly with their wants and needs as time goes on. That right there, that comment right there, shows that you're not ready for motherhood, honey. I'm so sorry. You toying around with a baby's life, that shows right there your lack of immaturity. That's that frontal lobe not fully developing. You see that? This is not a car, okay? This is not a job. This is not a trip. This is a human being. You don't just figure it out. You don't just wait for life to just fall in your lap and you just figure it out as you go. That right there shows that you're not ready for motherhood. This goes into my point, and I'm gonna get back to the story in a second. This goes back to my point that people see human beings as accessories rather than actual human beings. Get out of the mindset of, this is a cute little baby, put it into a onesie and oh, so cute, chubby cheeks. And think about this as a human being that you are developing into becoming an adult that the rest of society has to deal with. Yeah? But this is coming from a 20-year-old whose frontal lobe still has 5 years of development. I responded to her that it sounds like she's romanticizing this whole thing. She is. Motherhood is not a game. It's not a romance novel, baby. It's not The Notebook. Lizzie replied that she doesn't care if she's romanticizing it. I then told her about the living situation, because Lizzie and Kenny both live with their parents still. Lizzie said that her parents will help contribute to an apartment. Child, the fact that your parents have to actually buy your apartment for you shows that you're not ready to be a mother. contribute to an apartment, and that should be covered if she decides to be a stay-at-home mom for a period of time. How? Okay. I told her that's not a good idea because my mom was a stay-at-home mom for a while when I was a toddler, and she hated it. She had no life. Of course not, because they're maid, nurse, teacher, guidance counselor, therapist, while also trying to be human. Yeah? I think this is a game. I told Lexi that her sister is being very delusional, period. Lexi agreed with me, but thinks that their mom, Lizzie, 49 female, may have something to do with Lizzie being ecstatic on being a young mom. Since Lexi had a hysterectomy a few years ago, she can't get pregnant. So she thinks Lisa, the mom, is pressuring Lizzie to have kids. She even made a comment around the time Lexi got her hysterectomy about how sad she was that Lexi would never get to pass her beautiful genetics on to future generations. Fast forward to last night, I got a text from Lisa. Apparently, Lizzie told her mom what I said about being a young mom. Lisa texted me, "Stop getting too involved with Liz. She's made her choice." And further disparaging comments about the topic and overstepping on our family's boundaries. "And I will ban you from our home." I was shook reading that text. I've always been okay with Lisa, but this took a cold turn. So, am I the a-hole here? Did I actually overstep my boundaries? No! No, no. And I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement. I think that grandma is trying to push this onto her because she wants pretty cute little grandbabies. She wants to start over. She wants to redo with her kids that she had before. I'm so sorry. No. Sorry. No. You're not the a-hole. No. Girl, you don't got no apartment. You working part-time. You a full-time student. Live in the moment. Do it as we go. And your mama is wrong. She wrong as hell. She 20 years old, got her whole life ahead of her. And you convincing this baby, allegedly, you're convincing this baby to have this little kid. For what? For what? What are you setting your kid up, this grandchild up for? Inexperienced parents. You more than likely having to step in for them. It's so infuriating, y'all. It is so infuriating because these are human beings. Lives that you're going to be guiding and altering. Am I saying that you're going to be a terrible parent? No. But your kid deserves to have somebody who's actually mentally there. Somebody who knows what they're doing. Somebody who has life experience. Like, come on. Set by example. You should not be teaching your kids, oh yeah, at 20 you can have a baby. No! At 20 you're supposed to be living your life, having fun, traveling, going to school, quitting that job, not thinking about you, not prioritizing another life form over your own life because you have to work now. You have to do XYZ now. You can't just do whatever you want now because you're responsible for a living, breathing human being. No 20-year-old should have that responsibility. You've been an adult for 3 years. What is the rush here? It's something I'm so passionate about because it seems like it's a disease, y'all. It seems like it's a disease. And one too many times have I heard the conversation from older women, I wish I would have waited. I wish I wouldn't have stepped into a relationship so seriously. I wish that I would have done XYZ with my life so I can discover me and have fun and do XYZ because I became a mom before I got to becoming a full-grown woman. The vote on here is a-hole because people try to tell people not to overstep, but no. I'm so sorry, no. And of course, when you have your baby, you're going to love your baby. You're going to be around for your baby. You're going to care for your baby, and you can do that. But why give up your life? I'll never forget that scene in Sex and the City when Charlotte finally had her little baby. I think her name was Rose. The baby's name was Rose. And Lily was bothering her and putting paint on her white pants. And then Rose was crying in the chair. And Charlotte got so overwhelmed that she locked herself in the closet just to cry because she was so overwhelmed. And that woman was in her 30s, probably in her 40s at that point. Imagine that on the underdeveloped, frontal lobe not even fully created 20-year-old. No. Oh, but anyways, guys, that last story had me a little heated. Thank you guys for joining me for this beautiful video. I hope you liked getting me upset, showing me upset, getting me all mad and heated, girl. I love you guys very, very, very much. Make sure to comment down below your comments, questions, concerns, and make sure to like and share. And if you're new, hi, I'm Koi. Subscribe to my beautiful society because I would love for you to be one of my beautiful subjects in my wonderful society. And also hit that bell notification for all my wonderful society members just because YouTube is not pushing my videos. videos, and I don't know why. But anyways, I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.